الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وبعد. In the famous dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam, رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ, there are three unique characteristics as we were mentioning last night. The first is تَقَبَّل, which means, Ya Allah, accept my a'mal even though they're not deserving of being accepted. It's from your sheer mercy that you're going to accept my dua. Number two, minna, Ya Allah, accept the dua from us. When I ask Allah to accept a dua on behalf of my brother or my sister, Allah will also accept my dua. That's why it comes when someone makes dua for someone else, the angels will say Ameen for that person. Ala ظاهر الغيب. When I make dua for my family, when I make dua for the loved ones, when I make dua for the afflicted, and I say, Allah, please give them such and such, the angels say Ameen. So now, when I say, Ya Allah, accept from us all, I'm technically making dua for everybody else, but I'm also including my dua inside. Think about that for a moment. If I make dua for somebody else, the angels, they will say Ameen. When I say Rabbana taqabbal minna, Ya Allah, accept all of my good deeds in Ramadan and outside of Ramadan, I am making dua for other people, but very discreetly and subtly, I'm also including my dua inside. And because I'm making dua for other people, the angels are saying Ameen not only to their dua, but also to my dua. So that's the second beauty of Rabbana taqabbal minna. The third and final unique quality of this dua, Rabbana taqabbal minna, innaka antas sami'ul alim. Innaka antas sami'ul alim. There is many forms of emphasis in this. Number one, in Arabic, the word inna is emphasis. Inna, ka, anta. Again, emphasis. And then we use two names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As-Sami' al-Alim. Sami' is the one who hears everything, and Alim is the one who knows everything. When we think about a dua, we would generally think the qualities of Allah that we ought to mention are Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Kareem. Why is it that As-Sami' al-Alim are being mentioned in Ibrahim alayhi salam's dua? What's unique about Sami'un Alim? And the answer to that is two things. Why Sami'? Why is it that Allah hears everything? Because sometimes when a person makes dua, the first thing that they're going to complain about is say, nobody's listening to my duas. Nobody's listening to me. I'm writing, I'm speaking, I'm doing all of these things. Nobody's listening to me. Allah is saying, don't worry. Anta Sami'. We're saying to Allah, Ya Allah, you are listening to me. And there's a difference between Sami' and Sami'. Sami' is the quality of Allah. He hears everything. Even if I whisper so low, I whisper so low that nobody can hear me, Allah can hear that as well. So, Anta Sami', Allah is listening. On one occasion, Nabi SAW, he told the Sahaba, Irba'u ala anfusikum. No need to scream with your du'as. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what you want. But the second quality is Alim. Allah knows everything. Why is it important to make dua and call out to Allah who is Al-Alim, who knows everything? Because sometimes when we make dua, we're able to say things, but there's just so much in our hearts that we're unable to convey, and Allah knows what we want more than what we want. Allah knows what we want more than ourselves. So when we make a dua and we say, Anta Sami'ul Alim, Rabbana taqabbal minna, Allah accept everything from us. Anta Sami'ul Alim, you know everything. There are so many things we want to ask you for, but we don't know how to ask you for. Since you know me better than I know myself, accept what I am asking and accept even that which I have not asked yet. Al-Alim, Ya Allah, you know. And the last beautiful thing of Al-Alim is, Ya Allah, when I'm giving you my deficient salah, when I'm giving you my deficient fast and my reading Quran, as I mentioned, When we read Quran, we don't have the correct pronunciation. When we're praying salah, we don't have complete focus. When we're giving zakah, Allah knows exactly if everything we're earning is halal. When we are doing things, we don't know if everything is purely for Allah. So we're saying, Ya Allah, look, all of these goods, all of these things that I have are defective. They're very poor, they're not worth it, but Alim, you know. I'm not trying to deceive you, I'm being open about this. Ya Allah, everything that I have done is very weak, very humble, very small and insignificant, and you know it is. But despite you knowing, I am pleading to you, Ya Allah, please, please overlook and forgive and accept it. So as I mentioned, this dua, رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ is very short, very small. But this was the dua that Ibrahim alayhi salam made upon the completion of the Kaaba. This was the dua that him and Ismail alayhi salam made when they did such a great thing. Yet we often forget to make the small dua even after our a'mal. So after Ramadan is done and we think to ourselves what we should do, this should be one dua that should be frequently on our tongues. رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ, which basically translates as, Oh my Rabb, please accept my weak and defective a'mal from not only me, from everybody, because you can hear and you know that which we're not even able to ask for. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward everybody. May Allah accept all of our a'mal. May He complete our a'mal and may He enhance our a'mal as well, for He is all hearing and all knowing. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.